Welcome to the show. It's BMAX Audio Adventure with me, Brandon McCatherine. What's up, Keith?
What up, Brandon?
Hey, this is BJJ365. Did I say that part yet?
No.
All right.
No, you did.
Well, it is.
There you go.
I'm back from San Diego. Pretty good trip. Did commentary for Ultimate Mat Warriors 4 with my friend Richie Martinez, a.k.a. the Boogeyman. Then before that, night before, did a seminar with my man PJ Barch, the Butter Panther. He's got the best nickname in all of jiu-jitsu.
He does.
Yeah. Can you think of one that's even close, honestly, to the Butter Panther?
No.
That's the
it perfectly describes him. In some weird way, it perfectly describes him.
Yeah, but also doesn't make any sense at all, which is why I love it the best. Yeah. Plus, he's a pretty nice dude.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
It seems like it.
And when you roll with him, he's a monster. Of course, he's injured right now. He hurt himself at the ADCC trials, popped his knee. I think he kind of finished off his knee, from what I understand. He was kind of dealing with a little bit of something heading in. But yeah, dude, insane weekend. Austin Daffrine, the winner of the 125-pound bracket at Ultimate Mat Warriors.
Everywhere.
Yeah, that kid's really something special. And he's mean and aggressive, which I really, really like. Like, he was, like, smacking these ultra-hard collar ties and shoving people in the face. And I kind of fell in love with him a little bit, I got to be honest with you.
It was fun to watch.
So much so.
He was willing to stand with everyone as well, which is something you don't see a huge amount of in sub-only tournaments.
Yeah, his wrestling was pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
He's going to be on Wednesday. We're going to interview him Wednesday. I don't know when the podcast will come out, but the interview is going to be on Wednesday, so excited to talk to him. Need to get PJ on here, too. Of course, Richie. Richie's been on before, I think, but we need to get him on again anyway. Start having some guests. If you've got people that you want to hear, just shoot us a DM on the old Instagram. We'll work on making it happen. Actually, don't shoot me a DM. Shoot Keith a DM. He's the one that's going to make it happen.
At Keet Kavanagh.
So, tell me about the weekend here in Decatur. What was going down? Get some good training in?
We had open mat on Saturday, and then there was the UFC, which I actually completely forgot about because I was watching Ultimate Mat Warriors.
I haven't watched or really heard about anything from the UFC. So, who were the fights this weekend? I know Dos Santos beat Lewis.
Santos beat Lewis with...
He beat him in the he TKO'd him in the second round, right?
Yeah, he hit him with like a spinning back kick in the first round to the body, which kind of... It definitely hurt him, and he could barely keep his hands up for the rest of the round, but he kind of backed away as if he was just like, oh, I'm sore, but come in, I'm about to swing on you. Come in, I'm about to swing on you.
Yeah, he was hiding from him.
Yeah, and he'd look for that power punch. The fight before that, I can't even remember what it was. I remember that was pretty crazy. There was a crazy knockout, either the co-main or the one before that. I didn't watch all the UFC. After I had watched Ultimate Mat Warriors, I got a text from Scaff saying, did you just see the UFC? And I was like, dang.
Well, the Ultimate Mat Warriors is probably more fun to watch, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Really good, clean production crew from Ultimate Mat Warriors.
Yeah.
It's a guy named Scott Haller. He trains out there with Richie. He's been training forever, but he runs the production for that. He needs some love because that was done so well and run so properly. It was good on the broadcast. Like, I watched a little bit of it. It was good on the broadcast side. Excuse me. Sorry. It was good on the broadcast side. It was good from my perspective as well. Like, just the way they had it all organized. It was quick. It was easy. It was efficient. Never had too many problems. So, yeah, man, I'm pumped to be a part of that event, to be honest with you. I'm really committed to, like, pushing it and helping it grow. So
I'm happy to hear that Ultimate Warrior music playing for every entrance as well.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, that's cool. And then the belt has the Ultimate Warrior symbol on it.
We actually heard you at the start before the show, like just kind of, it was at about the 6 o'clock mark, and we heard you and Donna kind of doing a bit of a test.
Oh, really?
And then there was no talking whatsoever, and we thought the tournament had started, and we were just like, oh my God, Brandon's having bad luck with the commentary. Flying out for EBI didn't work too well, and flying out for this. But then it was just it was the prelims, and there was no commentary for that.
Yeah, for whatever reason, they only had us doing the matches 12 So we started with the one super fight before the bracket, and I think there were 2 more super fights happening during the bracket, but that was the only part that they had us doing commentary for. I would have probably done it for the whole thing. All they had to do is ask, Yeah. I thought that's what we were doing, so
Yeah.
that was cool. Donna's cool, man. She's fun to work with. She's always so sweet, and she trains out there with Eddie, and they've been there forever. Actually, I think she might be at, I can't remember which school she's at now. Is she at Pasadena?
Yeah, I think she's at Pasadena with Eric Ramey.
I believe she is, yeah. Ooh, speaking of Eric Ramey. Oh. Speaking of Eric Ramey. If you don't know who Eric Ramey is, he's a 10th Planet black belt, and he's an actual genius.
He's the
also
Charlie Chaplin of leg locks.
He's the what?
The Charlie Chaplin of leg locks.
Yes, and hold that thought because I got some information on that. Anyway, Ramey is a genius when it comes to grappling. Now, I actually don't know. He might be a stupid person. I have no idea. But when it comes to grappling, he's fantastic. Fantastic. He has such a deep understanding of leg locks. His understanding of leg locks is so much deeper than mine. Particularly, he understands the way that they all work together. He's got like maps and systems. It's really, really, really great. And he's great at explaining it all too. So anyway, I have in my possession videos that are going to be going up on the website from Eric Ramey, all about the 411 position, the honey hole, Kani Basami, as he refers to it on the videos. But yeah, there's about 20 videos, so pretty pumped, and I'm going to be helping him get some stuff together to release to the peoples. So we're going to be stealing some of Eric Ramey's knowledge on BrandonMC.Ninja for the next few weeks. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, everybody do me a favor. Follow me on Instagram, BrandonMC.Ninja. Keith is at
Keet Kavanagh.
Yeah, but you got to spell the last part because we're Americans.
H.
Yeah, why do y'all say H? And Z?
That's just, it's Z-Guard. You know that entry Craig Jones uses from Z-Guard all the time?
No, dude. That confused me so bad when I went to Ireland
Marvin
for the first time.
came over, he was teaching some knee shield stuff, and he said, before he even said anything, I think I mentioned Z-Guard, and he was like, whoa, what? He couldn't believe it, and that was my first encounter with someone who said Z instead of Z.
Well, we do it better.
No,
Z is
wrong.
Better than Z.
Y'all are wrong.
How is the letter going to take 3 letters to spell? That don't make no sense.
Yeah, but it's the sound it makes. It has that sound, so we call it a H. I don't know. That's weird. That's strange to me.
All right. Well, I don't want to talk about it anymore. This is not really great radio, I'll be honest with you. All right. Anyway, yeah, definitely stop off and watch the Instagrams. We're putting out tons and tons of content right now. So if you're looking for free jiu-jitsu content, like little pieces of the seminars, I get it if you don't want to sign up for the website. I get that. Like, it's hard to spend money these days. Ain't a lot of it floating around for some folks. I get it. So I just constantly put stuff up on mostly my Instagram, actually. That's where most of the content comes. As far as like daily, something new every day. That's on Instagram. If you want to see like longer form content, we've actually been doing a little bit of that on IGTV on the Instagram feed. But that's going to happen on YouTube mostly.
YouTube. BrandonMC.Ninja.
Of course, we got the podcast here. My phone keeps on buzzing. It's driving me nuts, man. That's happening on YouTube. Of course, we got the podcast stuff. Facebook, kind of, these days, it's just the same stuff that's going up on Instagram. You know, we always do the Q&A live on Instagram, but then we're trying to take that and throw a lot of that content up here on the podcast as well. So just tons and tons of stuff coming up. But if you want to get deep on what we're doing here at 10th Planet Decatur, or my seminars, my philosophies, like you really want to, or you saw a cool clip on Instagram, you're like, man, I wish, like the one I posted yesterday about distributing weight from the bottom of guard, I purposely cut it off Where it goes, now listen, if you're a rubber guard player and it stops, and I had like 5 or 6 people like, oh my God, how could you just cut it off like that? Well, I didn't. www.brandonmc.ninja for all y'all rubber guard needs. Just go over there, check it out. And if you can't afford it, enjoy the free clips. So anyway, yeah, tons and tons and tons of content coming out. We got the content that I'm doing with the pro MMA team down at Spartan as well. So if you're thinking about, getting involved with some combat jiu-jitsu, some MMA, doing jiu-jitsu with striking, then we're actually getting a lot of content like that, like up there right now. So tons of stuff, man. Keith, what you got, man? What's the big thing coming up this week for you, for your training?
I am going to do the thing I hate, the bleep test again this week.
It's not the bleep test, bro. It's the
bleep
beep test.
It's the bleep test. It's the bleep test.
Okay. Is that what y'all call it? The bleep test?
Yeah, it's the bleep test.
Man, y'all do some stuff wrong in Ireland.
Well, I hate it. I told you that I didn't want to do it, and you were like, you should do it. And then I said I didn't want to do it. I hate it. I've already done it back in school.
And I said I don't care.
You said you don't care and do it. So during the advanced class, we kind of
before we go any further, let me tell everybody what the beep test is.
Okay, yeah.
And why we do it.
It's terrible.
It is terrible. You can download this app on your phone. Scaff was the one who originally introduced me to this. But you can download this app on your phone. Just get in the app store and look for beep test. It's a free, no purchases required kind of, download. Jump on there, grab it, and what you're going to do is you're going to set up 2 cones or 2 points, whatever. I believe it's 65 feet away from each other. So it'll tell you on the app the exact amount. And your job is to run back and forth between those 2 points. You got to make it from point A to point B before the beep. You got to make it back to A before the beep. And you're going to keep doing this. It takes you about 10, 15 minutes at the most, depending on what kind of shape you're in. But what it's going to do is measure your VO2 max really accurately. Not perfectly, because if you really want to know what your VO2 max is with this beep test, you've got to run to failure. Like, go until your legs stop working. And, you'll be really tired, and that's what we're looking for. We want to know when does your body stop. And so there's a chart, and you can just take what you scored on the beep test, and you can pretty accurately determine what your VO2 max is. Now, why does that matter for jiu-jitsu? Or, hey, what is VO2 max? VO2 max, it measures, it's basically very simply, it measures your cardio. If your VO2 max, the better your VO2 max, the better your cardio. You can go longer, go harder, go faster. So we put up a requirement. There's so many tournaments coming up now, like pro tournaments and stuff, and they're looking for like purple belts and blue belts and even white belts sometimes. And the rule around here was always, look, if you want to compete after your first class, please be my guest. Just know what you're walking into a little bit. But I encourage everybody to compete from day one. I don't make anybody compete, but I tell them it's a good idea right away. And so I never have restricted people on competing. But now with all these tournaments popping up, looking for super fights. Look, I'm doing the air quotes. I know y'all can't see because it's the podcast, but trust me, it's air quotes. All these white belt super fights and blue belt super fights. I'm not hating. Y'all do your thing. I'm just saying, man, y'all got to come talk to me before y'all do these, because sometimes what I see, not necessarily from our guys, but sometimes from our guys, in a white belt or blue belt super fight, I see this all the time. The guy's totally unprepared. Like, if it's a blue belt super fight, these dudes should have wrestled together in college or something. Like, they should be monsters. Like, it should be like they're blue belt. Yeah, okay, he's a blue belt. That kind of blue belt. You know what I'm saying? So what I started telling the guys was, if you want to take a special match or enter like a money tournament, you want to do a super fight? Cool. You want to enter a EBI or a Jacksonville Invitational, finishers, whatever? Cool, no problem. You want to do MMA? Cool, no problem. Don't come and talk to me or ask me, and you better not take the event until you can score an 11 on the beep test. Once you score 11, please be my guest, because cardio is no longer a factor. At least you'll be able to go. Even if you're white belt, blue belt. Cardio is the mother of all technique. And I'm no cardio specialist. I hate it. I despise it, to be honest with you. But I will keep my training intense enough that I don't get to a spot where I'm like getting exhausted. Plus, I train several times every day. So anyway, not here to talk about my beep test. It ain't good. It's just good enough. Keith, now go.
So the bleep test, which I thought was completely irrelevant to jiu-jitsu. I hate the bleep test. I did it in school. I hated it back then.
Listen, if you don't stop saying bleeped, we got to say it with no L. You're going to make me upset.
Beep test.
So the beep test. You don't have to actually do what I say. I'm just making fun.
I thought it wasn't.
Don't back off.
I thought it wasn't relevant to jiu-jitsu. And then on Saturday, I had done the beep. I was about to say, beep test. Whatever. I did the beep test on Thursday, and then on Saturday we had open mat, and it lingered. It really bothered me because I felt like I had more to give, but I just didn't quite get to the cone in time. And you were like, right, Keet, you're out. And I was like, oh, no. And for someone who really hated it, that stuck with me. And then I remember we were rolling on Saturday. I had just finished rolling with Jake, and it was an absolute war, and I felt almost dead after this roll. And then Houston comes over straight away and asks me to roll.
And he's a beast.
And the beep test was still in my mind. And it was as if like the beep test was haunting me for me not finishing. And then it was me trying to prove through my jiu-jitsu that I could keep going. And I kept forcing myself to push. And that roll that I had with Houston, it was a dogfight. It was like, he's a bigger guy, and I went after him. I was determined to get the takedown. I was going. At one point, it was jumping for a flying triangle. That failed. Jump on a double leg. That failed. Trying to tie.
Did you jump on a flying triangle and land flat on your back? I love when that happens.
No, I kind of caught myself in a technical get up and I went in for a double leg straight away. And
okay,
it was a crazy match. But the beep test, I think, really helped in the sense that it kind of helped me. Mentally to push myself.
What do you know? Yeah. All right, you hear that, kids?
Yeah, I hate to say it, Brandon was right.
I'm not dumb. I know what I'm talking about. That's the conclusion today. So anyway, listen, if you want to push your grappling to the next level, like if that's something that you're genuinely interested in, download that beep test, and just run it until you can get an 11. Do it once a week until you can get an 11. I dare you. I challenge you. And make sure your people there to see it. He serves pancakes. Okay, that's it. Oh, toe hold.
Toe hold.
Say something about toe hold. Say something nice.
I like toe hold.
Yeah, I like them too.
Y'all make dope flip-flops. I was trying to sound southern, but then like I was running out of like.
Oh no, you shouldn't even try.
Yeah, no.
You just keep saying bleep.
Bleep.
Toe hold's the best, man. I saw AG this weekend at the tournament. He was one of the sponsors. He's the best, man.
He's a cool guy.
Makes the best products. Takes care of his customers the best. You can't ask for anything better. Even when you order them, he takes his time. He personally wraps them, ties them up, puts like a wax seal on it. It doesn't come in like a box. It doesn't seem like a
product. It just seems like it's something that he's like. It's so personalized. It seems
like
it's
something
that genuinely enjoys and loves doing.
Yeah, it's something that somebody made for you.
Yeah.
When you order it.
Yeah.
So slide up in his DMs, tell him you heard about it on the podcast, and get a discount, man. Also,
screenshot the podcast on whatever platform you're listening to.
Yes, and Keith, pull up real quick where I sent you the winner from last month. Remember? Okay. Do you have that?
I got a screenshot.
While he does that, I'll take a bite of this cornflake cookie that I got myself for breakfast. It has peanut butter in it, and it also has sugar in it.
Adele was the winner. That's at ADELLMAGZ.
Oh my God! You gotta say it in English, in American English.
Oh no,
she's not gonna know who it is.
I'm so happy you were the winner. Thank you. Don't ever change your handle on Instagram.
Spell it again.
It's
no Z.
ADELLMAGZ. Z. There's one Z, but that's her name.
All right, cool. That's our winner. So shoot a DM to either me or Toehold. Probably Toehold. You're going to get them shipped from him. So shoot a DM to AG from Toehold, Toe_HOLD, and he'll set you up. Courtesy of Toehold and BMAX Audio Adventure. We're out.